outside the Bernabeu. Faris cam, like always, is back. 3-2 win against Celta Vigo, man. We started well, 3-0 up, and then story of the season. What do you have to say?
Yeah, exactly like you said, we started well. I think 60 minutes, we were 3-0 up, and it looked like we were going to get a 4-0 or a 5-0, which we haven't had a 5-0 this whole season. So I wanted that, after everything that's happened, like been knocked down pretty much in everything. But then, as soon as they made it 3-1, I think the turning point was essentially going off for Jacobo Ramon. I saw him play one time against Leganes in the Cup, and he looked shaky, and today again, and then that's when I think everything collapsed defensively, and then they scored 2 goals. Second goal, broke the offside trap, and then it just looked very shaky from there. Like you said, story of the season. I mean, the only consistent thing is inconsistent football, especially here at the Bernabeu. It's been nearly 3 months now since we won a game by more than 2 goals, and that's ridiculous, just saying that.
Ridiculous, and I have to highlight this. So against Alaves, when we were 3-0 up, I think Carlo Ancelotti put in Jesus Vallejo around half-time. Today he did the same thing with Jacobo Ramon. Different faces, same story. But it is what it is, man. But positives, Arda Güler, man. World class. Like a cameraman is literally doing that is the assist. The way he played and that shot he had where Vinny crossed the ball and he attempted, oh man. It would be very unfair for him to not start even if Rodrigo is fit again for the Clásico.
Yeah, I think this is becoming a new debate now. Whether, obviously, if Arda plays, then they'll shift the whole formation to a 4-4-2 diamond, just like last year, and then Arda can play in midfield. I think he's been playing very well in the last few games. Obviously, Getafe, he scored. In the Cup final, he came on, he played well also. Assisted Tchouameni, I think. And today as well, goal and an assist. Amazing goal. The chance you mentioned, the volley as well, was really good. Even his assist to Mbappe. Mbappe second, And when he went off, the crowd gave him a standing ovation, and rightfully so. This time last year, he was also peaked and he started scoring. But then, obviously, he couldn't get into the lineup at the beginning of this season. But we'll see now. This season's a bit different with the Club World Cup. So we literally have until the middle of July, if we make it far in that competition. So, I mean, we're at the beginning of May now, so there's another, 2 months left of the season, so we'll see. We also don't know who the coach is going to be for the tournament, probably, but, I mean, Arda's peaking at the right time. I think, as of now, if Rodrigo does come back from injury, maybe I'd give the nod to Arda, but we'll see.
It will be a difficult choice to make, and the coach coming in has to do a lot of good things, and probably one of these choices will be very important. Man, Kylian Mbappe, 2 golazos today. And what I genuinely loved today in his performance was his movements were like a proper number 9. Obviously, Arda Güler spotted him for the second goal between the lines and between the 2 defenders. But that first goal, the pass by Bellingham, he ran, took it out wide, and that finish, man, that is like a proper striker. Who give him some space, give him a yard, and he makes an inch. It was that kind of a performance, and what 2 goals, man.
I don't need to praise Mbappe enough. Obviously, over the last few weeks, there's been some scrutiny because of the Arsenal game, and because of he went a few games without scoring. But I don't think it's that big of a deal for him specifically. I think he's the only striker this season or forward that stepped up. To be honest, I mean 36 goals. I think more goals than any single Real Madrid player in their Real Madrid debut season. This century. I think only Zamora in the 92-93 season scored more than him, and he's probably going to beat that record as well. For me, obviously, best player, I think, best offensive player again this season, and again, Je t'aime Kylian, always.
Je t'aime Kylian. I'll ask you 2 more questions, and the fact that, so when Raul Asensio went off, and to think that Tchouameni was on a yellow card, and for the Clásico, Carlo Ancelotti didn't change him. What went through your mind?
Yeah, I forgot about that, to be honest. But I remember people around me were pretty annoyed when Asensio went off instead of Tchouameni. Obviously, Tchouameni he's playing out of position, and you mentioned again the yellow card. But I think he managed it well, being out of position and a yellow of missing the Clásico. Again, Tchouameni, I want to highlight that over the last 2-3 months, he's probably been one of our best players, maybe the best player. And
he won Real Madrid Player of the Month back to back.
Yeah, and it's crazy because at the beginning of the season, people wanted him sold. He was getting booed out the stadium. So for him to turn all this around in less than 6 months is incredible. It's crazy. I think the teams lacked a bit of how can I say it, like strength and mentality. I think he's been one of the players that has shown that he's strong. He should be where he is. He should start every game for Real Madrid, and I think we've lacked that generally this season. But you look at players like him, Rudiger, Bellingham, Mbappe through adversity, Valverde, I think if I mentioned Asensio as well, even though it's his first season, these guys have shown to rise above, even though when things have not always been well. And I think that's the biggest difference between this year and last year is the mentality of some of the players. You know, like some of them fell off mentally, some of them fell off physically. Like their level is not as where it was last year. But a lot of players, you cannot discredit them, even if we're probably not going to win any of the 3 big competitions. And Tchouameni is definitely one of them.
Man, definitely, and all the hate, all the criticism, he has turned it around. But the question is the fact that obviously the man of the match is obviously the last question we ask. But before that, the defense we have right now, do you think we still have an opportunity to get something against Barcelona in Barcelona and try to have a title race for the last 3 games?
I mean, good question. We'll see. Me personally, I don't think so. For me, the title race is done. But, you know, as long as we're still in it, we're still in it. Mathematically possible. It's only 4 points, but technically it's 5 because of the head-to-head rule. But, I mean, we'll see. We have 1 week off. They're playing the biggest game of their season in 3 days, I think, or 2 days. So we're gonna be better physically. But again, like you mentioned, I think the defense, you know, the fact that Rudiger's had surgery, Alaba had another surgery, and I think Mendy as well had surgery. I think that's a sign from the club that they're just writing the season off. That like, oh, these guys have needed surgery for, well, Rudiger 7 months or something. So, and they're doing it now. They're just writing off everything. But I like the way, obviously, Asensio's been playing the whole season, not just today. Fran played well, in my opinion, today. Tchouameni, it's a shame to see him drop to centre back because he can do so much in midfield, and he's the only CDM in the team. But I mean, we'll see. Even Valverde, like he played well in midfield today, but you don't know, he might have to go right back against Barcelona. In the cup final, I like the way we played in certain parts, especially the second half. But again, that's a cup final, and then next week is a kind of like a cup final, you can say. But it's a league game at the end of the day. If we draw 90 minutes, there's no extra time next week, so we'll see.
We'll see. Nothing. We obviously usually we look forward to games like this, but this season the story has been very different. Man of the match, and why?
Either between Mbappe or Arda Güler, but I'll give it to Arda Güler today. I think he had an electric first half, good goal, amazing goal, good assist as well, and he was creating chances for Vinny, for Mbappe, assisted for Mbappe. And then when he went off, you felt like there was a bit of lack of urgency up front. You know, Bellingham was pushing forward, but he was really tired. So, you know, he was like shooting from everywhere, and his passes were getting intercepted. But for me, Arda Güler, man of the match.
Arda Güler, definitely man of the match. I think even Thibaut Courtois had a shout, but all 3 of them great. And this was Faris Cam, guys. He knows the drill.
Uno, dos, tres, a la Madrid, Rouge!
From the Bernabeu.